How to manage upper management. Managing upper management, you might have heard or know, obviously, that you manage people who are reporting to you. You have authority over them. But what is managing upper management? Probably, if you are in a management position already, you know this concept. Like you have to manage your upper management. But if you are not aware of this concept, stick around. I'll explain what it means. But think about it. If you are a boss already, if you are a manager or you director, VP, whoever it is, you have people reporting to you. It's easy to manage them because you have authority over them. You have power, you have more knowledge, you have more experience, and then you can make or break their career literally, because your performance review is in your hand. Whom to give what assignment, and who to give visibility. You have that the decision making power with you. So that's easy, right? To manage people who are reporting to you. It's not, I'll say, super easy, but it's definitely easy because you have this power and authority. But how do you manage your boss? How do you manage your boss's boss? How do you manage your people who have bigger power in your organization? That is called managing upper management. And that is tough. That is hard because you don't have power over them. They have power and you don't have power. So how do you influence them? How do you get them to do something that you want them to do? How do you influence them? How do you manage them? So that is the hard part. So let's go to the first question. What does this managing upper management mean? So you might have heard this concept, or you might be aware of it. You might have read about it. If you have done MBA and all, probably you are aware of it. You have to manage your upper management, and there is so much talk about it. So what does managing upper management mean? There are so many things you can talk about, and there are books on it. And if you go to MBA school, you will learn tons of theory on it. But in from my experience, my own personal experience, and after coaching hundreds of clients through our program, it boils down to these three things, and these are the super practical things. There is a lot of theory behind it, but in if you want to talk about actionable item, it boils down to three things when you want to do when you're talking about managing upper management. First thing is about managing expectation from of your boss and skip level and other people. Managing expectation wise, figuring out exactly what are they expecting from you, and how you can showcase and amplify, showcase actually not amplify, how you can showcase that you are not only meeting those expectations, but you are going about those expectations. So managing those expectations of your boss and your skip level and upper management, that is one critical piece. Second is managing their ego. Yes, managing their ego. We all human beings are driven by one big thing, and that is our significance. No matter how humble the person is, no matter how nice that person is, and no matter how philosophical or philanthropic that person is, no matter how nice that person is, but this is our innate need in our human being to feel important. To feel that I have power, and best way to describe that power in the word is ego. When you can use the word significance, but when you use the word ego, it has a power in it. It has the uh, different kind of connotation that opens up our mind. So you had to manage the ego of your boss, manage ego of your skip level and other people, top bosses in your organization. So that's the second thing, managing what managing upper management means. And third thing is you had to manage perception. You have to manage the perception they built in their mind about you. Perception is everything. You might be doing amazing thing, you might be working hard, or you might be doing really good work and all sort of stuff. But when you are in the area of management area, especially manager, director, and VP, and those positions, then perception matters, because top management doesn't know all the details about what you're doing. What they take the data, they gather here and there, because they are super busy, right? They have to deal with so many issues, so many people. So based on the data, they make a judgment call and they manage, create a perception about a person, and that's a natural human being. And you are doing the same thing for people who are reporting to you. So, but here is the trick. Here is the thing that you have to be able to manage that perception that getting built in mind of your boss, in mind of your skip level and other powerful people. So that is what it means. That I have found that means it's in a practical way managing the upper management as. So recap: managing their expectations, managing their ego, and managing the perception about you in their mind. So let's talk about why it is important. Why should you manage upper management? Aren't they supposed to manage you? Yeah, of course, they are supposed to manage you. They are supposed to give you tasks. They are supposed to get the work done. But if you want to grow up in the career, you have to do these three things. You have to set the expectation. You have to manage the ego, and you have to uh, manage the perception. Because if you do these things, you get strong connection get built with the top management. There are lots of things happens underneath, and you establish, I call it career sponsorship. You build that strong relationship. They start helping you. They start supporting you. They start giving you visibility, and all sort of things are happening. And that is very critical to work with upper management, because you're working with your boss probably, right? So obviously on a day-to-day basis, once a month you're talking with your boss. And if you're lucky, your boss is very supportive to you, and most of the time, most of the bosses are good. And if your boss is supporting you, that's a great thing. But the problem here is your boss has a limited power, limited visibility. He has given certain people to promote, and maybe zero sometime. He might have given certain limited budget to allocate 2% here, 3% here, and that's pretty much. But who has bigger power? Who has bigger visibility? Who has power to create even new positions or create new departments? Who has connection with even bigger people, who has access to more resources in terms of money, in terms of budget, who knows what else is coming and where the company is going in the direction. That's something typically happens one level above your boss, right? So, and if you don't have that visibility, if you don't have connections, then you're very much limited to what your boss's authority is, what your power is. And of course, you have to work with your boss. I'm not saying that you should bypass your boss and just go and reach out to skip level. That's a no thing, because it will backfire. If especially if your boss is not supportive, then it's going to be very very it'll put you in a bad situation. So word of caution: never bypass your boss, and there is a way to take your to get support from your boss to manage your upper management. And that's also part of the managing your boss. Managing your boss so that your boss will be okay for you to talk with upper management. So that's what I've seen. Like, it's very critical, otherwise you will be stuck. You will be stuck because your boss is not growing. Then how can you grow? So you have to create your own path for yourself. And then what do? How do you manage upper management if you have to really want to do this? This is how it has been working for our clients. And this process has evolved, and then now it has become kind of perfect. It works very well. So first step is to about understanding the human personality. There are 4 personality types we teach in our program. And first, you have to understand what is the personality type of my boss, what is the personality type of my skip level or other people. And it's going to the root, going to the root in the sense, going to the root psychology of human being. So first of all, you have to acquire skill to influence any human being in your life. And how you do that is by first understanding yourself, your own personality, why you behave the way that you behave, and then understanding what are the different personality types of human beings are, and then understanding what is the personality type of your boss and what is the personality of skip level, and then then adapting your behavior based on their personality types. I'll give you one metaphor that might make it clear. Suppose you are playing cricket, right? And then you're a bowler. So, and then you're going to bowl, and then there is a batsman. Now, as a bowler, what are you going to do first? You're going to try to assess the batting style batting personality, let's call it, of that batsman, and then you're going to adapt your bowling based on batting style of that batsman. Same thing here. You have to see what is the personality type of that person and adapt your behavior so that you can create positive influence on that person, and it works beautifully well. Now I'll give a simple thing that might relate to it. See, there are two people. If there are two people, you might have experienced this. You say X thing to person A, and you say X thing to person B in the same way. Person A may say yes, person B may not say yes. Even the circumstances are exactly same, and that happens because personality type different between A and B. So you have to say differently. You have to act differently with person A and say differently and act differently with person B. You will see amazing difference. That's what our clients say. Right now, once you start applying this understanding personality type and adapting their own behavior, then magic starts happening. And it happens really fast. It's not very complicated. It's not a rocket science. We know we are the human beings. If you just learn this fundamental human psychology and not just learning, if you there are PhDs and all sort of things in psychology, right? You don't have to go in that depth. It's a practicality of it. How you take some knowledge and implement right away. And an interesting thing happens. I always tell my clients and apply this at home. So once that they learn this, how to influence any human being, they start using at home first. They're with their spouse, with their kids, with their friends, their mom, and they start seeing, oh wow, the since I adapted my behavior based on their personality, they start saying yes to all the things that they never said yes before. And then once you have that confidence, once you have kind of mastered the skill, and you apply on your boss and skip level and all those things, so that you start getting that influence your upper management. So that's how it works. So to summarize, managing upper management means you have to manage their expectations, you have to manage their ego, and you have to manage the perception that is getting built in their mind. Why it is important? Super critical for your career growth, because if you want to go much more faster than your boss, you have to work with upper management. And third, how you do it: understand the basic personality types of human beings, and find out what is the exact some personality type of your boss, skip level is, and adapt to your behavior so that you can create a positive influence and they start saying yes to you. So that's the formula that we teach in our program. And teaching is easy. The hard part is implementation, getting it done, getting this practice done, and actually helping our clients to really do this thing in their life. And once they start doing it, magic happens. So take a next step as usual. I end my call presentation always like that. If you really like this concept, take action. You have the choice to take action and do something big in your life, manage the upper management. And the first step you can take, as many of my clients have taken, is to just watch a webinar, theleaderinsideyou.com/free training. The ticker is going down, right? So you can watch that, theleaderinsideyou.com/free training. Watch the webinar. If it really resonates with you, at the end, you will have opportunity to set up a call with me or one of our coaches, and then we'll discuss, what is exactly stopping your career growth, what is happening in your life, and then what are your goals, what are your ambitions are, and how we can bridge that gap. And we'll give you a personalized strategy. And this whole thing is free. Initial consultation is totally free, so you take advantage. There's a lot of clarity you will get. But again, book a call with us if you are really serious. If you want just an information, I have tons of videos, my LinkedIn page or YouTube and wherever, right? You can just watch them. We don't need to talk with each other if you're just looking for information. But if you're really serious, if you're really committed to do something big in life, if you have been thinking about becoming, manager, director, VP, whatever your aspiration is, and you want to switch your career into management track and make an impact on other people's life, bring even bigger value, and do something amazing, magical in your life. If that is something that you want to do and really committed, and you have to be willing to, uh, it's simple but not easy. So you have to be willing to be, you have to be ready to invest your time, money, and energy, of course, into learning the skill. And learning is kind of easier part of it. You have to invest your money, time, money, and time, money, and energy. It all comes together on implementation of it. You have to implement and reflect back on it, and go back and forth and see what works, what doesn't work, and do it again. But once you do this, the, what do you call it, doors of abundance, in terms of money, in terms of job satisfaction, in terms of excitement in your life, everything changes. The floodgate opens up for you, and that's what is happening for our clients. So watch our webinar, 5 steps to high position, and I'll see you in our next presentation. Until then, wishing you happiness and success.